what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Charific here, coming at you with the third Pokemon movie analysis, and I am joined once again by Peter Rabbit himself.
Hey guys, I'm still here.
Okay, well, he's of course being lame as always, but I
What
did
did you
want
want me to say?
to I did want to address something that was brought up to me in the second Pokemon movie analysis, and that was yes, there's the movie showing because whenever I've tried to get the movie to show, like if you go check out the first Pokemon movie analysis, I actually did have the movie showing, and then it got me a copyright claim, but then I wasn't worried about it, and I didn't care, but I just had to like edit it in weird ways. And then for the second movie, no, for the movie analysis of the like Mewtwo's origin, that like YouTube just straight up like took that down um and
I think
gave me
they
a
gave us
copyright
strikes for
strike.
that one,
Yeah,
didn't
yeah, I
they?
got a
Yeah,
copyright
that one
strike
was like a
for it.
strike. That one was like
Yeah,
no mercy, which is
yeah,
annoying.
yeah. And so I was like, there's no good way for me to do this because what I had to do was I had to like make the movie like transparent, like 60% in order to make it like somewhat visible, but also get past YouTube censors because whenever I would try to upload it without making it transparent, YouTube wouldn't even allow it up. And so
I don't
that's why
even
I had to,
get
yeah.
I don't even get how they got you when you were making it transparent. Like that's a weird one.
Yeah,
How the hell did
yeah.
they even catch that?
Yeah, no
That's
freaking
weird.
idea, man. I have no idea. But it got me a copyright strike, which is why there's just a still image, and it's fine because people told me that they just listen to it in the background anyway, which is okay. Just consider this a podcast, all right? But let's dive in. We are going to be analyzing Pokemon movie number three, the the Spell of Unknown. And I will say, both me and Wannabe Reviewer enjoyed this movie so much more than the second one.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
This
we'll
felt
get
like an
into
actual nice movie, yeah.
yeah, but we'll get into that. So we're just gonna dive right in with the prologue. As always, there's a prologue to these things, and it starts off with a man who we later know is the professor, and he's reading to his little daughter named Molly, talking about legendary Pokemon. And Molly comments on how her dad is like Entei, and put a sticky note on that, thumbtack, whatever. And they play around, and then the dad gets an email saying, "Hey, we need you. We made this big discovery." And so they say goodbye, and then the dad, when we next see him, is in the temple, and they're researching the Pokemon Unknown. And then, as they're in the temple, they're looking at the shapes and figures and whatnot, and Unknown suddenly appear around him, and then teleport him away into another dimension. Like poof, he's gone. And then we cut back to Molly and his assistant who was with him, and yeah, they think that he's dead. I'm assuming because they're like, yeah, he's gone. We have no trace of him. And at that point, Molly is sad, of course, because, her dad's gone. And so she goes upstairs to mope, but she has a box with unknown tiles in it. And she plays around with those. And for
Yeah,
some
like basically
reason,
she grabs her dad's research, basically.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
what was left of his research. Yeah.
Yeah, and this little girl is able to figure out what these grown adults couldn't. And she was like, oh, hey, these are like letters. So she starts spelling out like the name of like mama and papa and whatnot. And then Unknown reacts to it. And then they show up to the little girl. They do their magic, their psychic stuff. And then they make crystals all around her and the mansion. And this is where the sticky note came in handy 3 minutes ago when I told you. Molly remembers that her dad was like Entei from the book that they were reading. And so the unknown create an illusionary Entei who becomes Molly's father figure. And then the prologue ends with the crystals still spreading all over the mansion. And then we see it, going out into nature. So that is the end of this little prologue, and I think it was a very nice setup to the rest of the movie. We get the mysterious aspect of the unknown. I actually think this is where they made their debut appearance in the Pokemon canon. Um,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, pretty
yeah,
sure.
and so yeah, we're just like they're a mysterious Pokemon that no one knows what's up with them, and we get the main plot of the movie going, and that's that the unknown are attracted to Molly because of the dad's research and the tiles and whatnot, and we see that they create an unknown. Well, they create an Entei for her, and the Entei is just like, oh yeah, well, I'll do whatever you tell me to. So I think it's a pretty nice prologue.
Yeah, I think it's way better than the second movie. The
Oh
second
yeah.
movie was literally guy shows up,
Mm-hmm.
says, I'm gonna catch all of those mythical beasts that make Lugia appear or whatever,
Yeah.
catches one like in 3 seconds flat,
Yes.
and that's our setup, and it's just like, okay,
Yeah.
that's it. Like it doesn't really mean anything. Here though, it feels
Mm-hmm.
like an actual setup. We see this father, we see this daughter, we see that the father, he's researching these unknown for a very specific reason,
Mm-hmm.
which he kind of hints at. He's like, "Oh, I've been researching them ever since. Never mind, a long time."
Yeah.
And like kind of later you kind of see some photos on the little girl's nightstand, and you
Mm-hmm.
kind of wonder, "Huh, where's the mom at?"
Yeah.
And anyway, and then yeah, it's just the relationship between the dad and the daughter, and the way the dad disappears, and the little girl's sad. There's like some emotional weight to the movie. It
Oh
makes
yeah.
sense
Yeah,
that it's
definitely.
because she's so upset. She's so upset that that's why she's using these unknown,
Mm-hmm.
kind of unwillingly to make her like dreams or fantasies come true. And that's why
Yeah.
they start encasing everything in crystal and isolating her from everybody else. And she's just hanging out in her dimension with Entei, who's like her father figure. So I think it's a
Mm-hmm.
good setup. It's like okay, it makes sense. I like the setup. I'm interested to see where this goes.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I feel like it definitely draws you in so much more than the second movie. But we're not talking about the second movie. Let's jump into part one of the movie. And so part one, begins how the other movies go. Ash and friends are running around, and luckily Brock is back instead of Tracy. Tracy's back in his
Oh
little
yeah.
corner.
They
um,
do show Tracy though. They do show him, but yeah, Brock's back in front and center. That's right.
yeah, and like always, Ash gets into a obligatory battle with a random trainer that he meets named Lucy?
Lisa.
Lisa. There we go, Lisa.
Lisa.
and
Lisa's cool. I was talking to
yeah.
Charific about this earlier. I am
Hmm.
so sad Lisa never shows up in the canon ever again.
Yeah.
Because she's really cool. I mean, for anyone who hasn't seen her, I would say Google her. She's just this normal chick that she's hanging out by a tree with her little apom. And
Hmm.
she's like, hey, are you a trainer or whatever? Shoots down Brock flirting with her. And she just challenges Ash to a battle. And she, like, even the way she's dressed is just like very, like, it's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
like normal. It's
Like
like,
she
there's a,
looks like she could be a main character. Like she doesn't have this generic look to her.
yeah, she's just really fun. She has like a red bandana with like the
Hmm.
Pokemon logo on it, this red T-shirt, these black jeans, whatever, kind of some long
Hmm.
hair. But I don't know, she just looks cool. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like she's not like she doesn't stand out very much. Like there's nothing like too crazy about her, but she just
Hmm.
seems like a fun character that literally she's like, you want to battle? And then
Yeah.
yeah, her and Ash start battling. They start going, head to head,
Hmm.
and she actually holds her own. They basically each get like what, like two knockouts
Yeah, yeah,
or
I
like three
believe
knockouts,
so.
whatever.
Yeah, it's
And then like
actually
the
pretty
last one
evenly
is kind of
matched.
a yeah, and then like the last one's a draw basically
Hmm.
because Pikachu headbutts her Quagmire.
Yeah. Quagmire? Oh,
Or what do you call it?
Quagsire.
Is that what
Quagsire,
Quagsire, my bad.
man. Yeah.
Quagsire,
This isn't
yeah.
Family Guy,
I hear
bro.
Quagmire. It always
All
reminds
right,
me.
but
I mean, the name's similar, but
yeah,
yeah, I
but
just think it's fun. How they're battling, and yeah, she wins like a few, he wins a few, and then
hmm
at the end, they just tie because Pikachu just headbutts her Pokemon.
yeah, and we
I
also
just
get
think it's
a
yeah, like even the choreography is just really fun too of the
yeah,
battle.
yeah, and
It's
we
really
get a
fun.
yeah, we get an okay remix of the song too. It's a little, it's definitely not as good as like the first movie. Like I don't think anything can top that. But
Yeah, that was like a really good remix, but it's still
yeah,
pretty fun.
oh yeah, yeah, and so they start talking to Lisa, and they're like, "Oh yeah, gonna go to Greenfield." And apparently everyone knows about Greenfield, and it's just the best place to be. And so she's like, "Yeah, it's just right over the hill." And then, Ash and Cole they run to go view it from a distance, and they see that it's covered in crystals, which I mean, clearly that's not the way it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah,
And
they were like, "What the hell's happening here?"
yeah. And then we get a little bit of exposition about the situation, and then Professor Oak and Ash's mom, Delia, come, just to see how things are going. And at that point, Molly
I mean, they don't
sees
really come to see how things are going. You're kind of downplaying
I mean
it. They see the place is in trouble, and then basically Ash's mom goes, "Wait a minute, Greenfield. I know someone from Greenfield. And then
Yeah.
she runs to her fridge, and there's like a picture of her, Professor Oak, Ash, and
Hmm.
the professor, uh, the Molly's dad and
Yes.
mom and Molly. And she goes, "Wait a minute! Like, I wonder if they're in trouble." And that's where she meets up with Professor Oak, and then they head over to Greenfield. They're kind of
Yes.
downplaying it. They weren't
I mean,
just
listen.
like they're just going to see what's happening. I mean, they were like they notice it's in trouble, which is why they run over there.
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh, and
mean,
also
look.
on the
Yes.
fridge, we get a little picture of Ash's mom as a kid, which is really interesting.
Yeah, I think so. And I'm just gonna say that Molly's dad is also Ash's dad. I'm just saying. But enough of
Oh God.
that. Anyway,
Sure.
but Molly sees Ash's mom and is like, "Oh, I want a mother too, Entei." And then Entei's like, "As you wish." And so he goes, kidnaps Ash's mom, and basically just like puts her in a trance and is like, "Hey, you're Molly's mom." And so brings her
And she's like,
back.
okay.
Yeah, and then brings her back. Clearly, Ash isn't okay with it. He wants to go save his mom, but as he does, he's stopped by the crystals because Brock won't let him go. And then Ash's Charizard, because the news crew films Ash as he's running, and then Ash's Charizard is in Charific Valley and just peeks over through a window. Is like, huh, there goes Ash. Wonder what he's up to. And so just put a pin in that as well for later. But then we cut back to Ash and Co. And the public is trying to, clearly get through to rescue Ash's mom. They bring a bulldozer to try to break into the castle, break through the crystals, and then Molly starts
And
freaking
Tay just
out.
destroys it.
Yeah, yeah, Molly
It
starts
just
freaking
destroys
out,
it.
and then, crystals come up and stop the bulldozer, and then they don't really know what to do. But
Oh, and then Team Rocket, for no reason, just gets bodied.
oh
Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah, I
really
was gonna
funny
say
because
that. Like Team Rocket gets
it's
freaking
funny because
destroyed.
it shows that Molly is like watching a news feed on
Hmm.
her computer, and that's how she, first saw that the TV crew is outside her house, and that's when she saw that Professor Oak and Delia arrive, and that's when she says she wants a mom. She
Hmm.
kind of knows what's happening because she's watching the news footage, and that's how she knew there was a bulldozer coming, right? But when it comes to Team Rocket, it never shows that she even knows they exist. And out of nowhere, Entei just jumps on like the roof of this castle, or whatever you want to call it at this point,
Yeah,
made of crystal, and they're in their air balloon just flying in the general area, and Entei
yeah,
just totally just explodes their balloon and almost kills them.
yeah.
It's so out of nowhere.
Yeah, man, like Team Rocket literally wasn't doing anything this time. Like they were just minding
They're
their
just
own
flying
business.
by.
Yeah. But but yeah, so like Wannabe said, they get freaking bodied. And at that point, Delia, Ash's mom, sees Ash on the news feed as well because she's watching it with Molly. And upon seeing Ash trying to enter the castle or whatever, she snaps out of her trance and is like, "Oh, um, da, 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 da. Wait, I'm losing my train of thought. But yeah, she
No, you're
sees.
good.
Okay, cool. But
Yeah,
she
you're
sees.
good. Like I think what you're trying to say is it kind of breaks her out of the trance. She's not really
Yeah.
like hypnotized anymore, and
Yes.
she's like playing it off. She doesn't want to make it obvious that she's like not hypnotized,
Yeah, yeah.
but you can
She
tell
she was
she's like
really
worried
smart
about
with it.
Ash and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can tell she's like worried about Ash, but she's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's on his way, like kind of like good, because obviously the whole situation isn't normal.
Yeah. And then we get a
One last thing though before that,
yes.
as for it's a shame they don't show more Lisa because, like I said, I really like her as a character. I think she's really cool,
Mm-hmm.
but she's like a total friend that when Ash is gonna run away to go infiltrate the castle thing,
Oh
she goes
yeah.
here. Yeah, she's like, here, take my Pokegear so you can stay in contact with me and Professor Oak.
Yeah,
I'll
that
try to
was
cover for you
nice.
like as long as I can, but
Mm-hmm.
as soon as the jig is up, call me on this or whatever so we can stay in
Mm-hmm.
contact, while you're in the castle. So that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Even though she like
Yeah,
doesn't
that was
really
really
do
nice.
that much, I just think
Mm-hmm.
she's really cool. She's such a cool character.
Yeah,
Like
the
it's cool that
characters are
she
so much
went out of
better
her way
in
to do
this
that.
one. Yeah, yeah. There are some very nice characters in this one. But
Yeah.
after
But then
that,
jumping back forward,
yeah,
Ash
we
infiltrates the castle.
we get a little bit of an exposition dump about the unknown and what their powers are, how they can like read people's dreams and make them real. And then at that point, Ash and Co break in, they use their Pokemon, and and then Molly sees that Ash is a Pokemon trainer. She's like, "Oh, I want to be a Pokemon trainer too." And then Entei's like, "You can be whatever you want to be." And so like Molly's illusionary self of her, um is a Pokemon trainer. She intercepts Ash and Co. And then Brock picks up on it immediately, and he's
Yeah,
like,
which what's exactly I love that. That's what I think
yeah,
makes this movie good. Little moments like that where
hmm
they're not just dumbly running around and like the fact that Brock kind of like he understands what needs to be done,
yeah,
and he's like, oh. I get it. I'll
hmm
battle you, and he kind of
yeah,
tells them like Ash and Misty like to keep going so they can
yeah,
save Ash's mom, and he'll like keep her busy or whatever. Like
yeah.
that, I like that he picks up on it right away. Like that was fun, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And it's definitely within his character too, because Brock is very knowledgeable despite his flirtatious ways. So,
Yeah, exactly.
but yeah,
And so basically
he gets
one of
bodied.
I know he gets bodied, but before that, I was gonna say, I thought it was really fun too that because they're inside the illusionary castle or whatever. I
hmm
think it's cool how as they're making their way through it, I like the like different environments. I was gonna say
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
where they fight the first battle, where it's Brock versus Molly in her like trainer form, spiral staircase that Ash and Misty take up to like another floor, and then like that's like a different looking environment. I was
Yeah.
gonna say that I like how they play around with that too. That was really fun.
hmm Yeah, but yeah, like Wannabe said, at that point, Molly battles Brock. She wrecks him because her Pokemon are powered up because this is her world and what she wants happens. Then she meets up with Misty, battles her, destroys her too, and then at this point, Ash actually uh, um, catches up with them, and well, Ash gets. Oh my goodness. Ash finds his mother and Molly and is like, hey, we got to get out of here. And then Delia is like, yeah, Molly, I'm actually not your mother. I'm Ash's mom, but that's okay. We'll help you. We just really need to leave. And then Molly gets really upset, and then the unknown can pick up on that. And then the crystals really go on a rampage after that. And then Entei also appears to Molly right as Ash is trying to, take her and his mother. And then Entei's like, hey man, leave. Molly is here with me. I'm taking care of her. And then Ash is like, no, you're an illusion. I'm not leaving without Molly. And then the two get into a battle. He sends out Totodile because Ash tries to be smart. He's like, I'll use water. Water didn't work. Totodile gets obliterated. And then he tries
uh,
to fight fire with his Cyndaquil, and Cyndaquil also gets bodied. and and yeah, Entei is just too much to handle. And then Entei knocks Ash and Pikachu off of a cliff. And that is where we're going to end part one of this analysis.
does
So,
Ash die?
yeah, stay tuned to find
Tune
out.
in next time.
Oh man, but I feel like this was a very it just everything flows so well in this movie. You know what I
And it's
mean?
much more exciting
Yes it
than
is.
like the previous movie. Yes.
Yeah, and the battles actually mean something, whereas the Collector back in the second movie, he just instantly captures Zapdos and Moltres and Articuno, whereas with this one, Brock is purposely trying to stall Molly, and you can see that he's upset because his Pokemon are losing too quickly, and he's like, I don't know how much longer I'll be able to keep this up. And then the same thing with Misty, she's
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
trying to they're both necessary within the plot. And
Yeah,
if
exactly.
you take out either one of what Misty or Brock did, then the plot doesn't really work because then Molly just immediately catches up to Ash. So everyone is integral into this. As even Lisa, because of her Pokegear, Ash is able to stay in contact and know what's going on from the outside and let people know what's going on. So
Yeah, exactly. Like everything just
so
comes together so well in every little
yeah,
part, you
yeah,
know?
and I think the one of the big reasons why is that I think this movie is made by a completely different company than than the second one, which makes so
Ah,
much
could be.
sense. Yeah,
Could be, could be.
um, but yeah, as you can tell from me and Wannabe, we enjoy the movie so far. We do think that everything is working well for it, and that the plot is progressing in a natural way and not in a very contrived way. And so, yeah, I guess you know our opinions about the first half. If you want to know our opinions about the second half, then, like Wannabe Reviewer said, stay tuned. We're also going to figure out if Ash dies, but make sure that you also check out Wannabe Reviewer. He just got done with Spooktober, and it was very hectic for him. Like, so show him some love. There's some really nice videos.
It was very hectic. Basically,
Yeah.
it was very hectic, but if you're interested, basically like 26, 27 videos. There's like a daytime video, a nighttime video.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all sorts of reviews on different horror stuff, horror related, reviews and lists and that sort of thing.
Yes.
Plus, the nighttime videos were each a review on a different horror movie from 2019. So,
Yes.
lots of horror related stuff, good videos. I would say
definitely.
check them out, please.
Yes. But with that, you guys know the drill. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in part 2 of the analysis. Bye.
Later.